it's like how many up over how many right.
Okay. Oh, so it's y over x then.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. So 1 divided by minus 2 is minus 0.5, I think. Yeah, minus a half.
So now, it's how many. So the simplest way to say it is up over right. So how many up, how many right between those 2 points?
Uh, how many up is 1? Yes.
Yeah. And how many right?
Then minus 2.
How many right? That's how many left, I suppose. So how many right from point A to point B?
Um, I'm not sure, 1.5.
It's exactly 2. It's not minus 2. And so it's a half.
Wait, sorry, I don't understand.
So from the point A to point B.
Yeah.
So you
Point
went.
A being what point, sorry?
So the one on the minus 2, 0.
Okay, yeah.
And B is 0, 1. And so it is how many up over how many right. So you went 1 up and 2 right. We can look at a different way of doing it. Straight line stuff. Okay, so no, I'll show you a different way of doing it in a minute. Okay, how do you do this one?
Same, these ones I don't know. On the grid, draw the graph y equals 2. Okay. Is... Okay, do you have to input, plug in a number into x, so for example 1, so when x is 1, y equals minus 1?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when x is 2, y equals 1.
Okay.
And when x is 3, y equals minus 3. And then we plot those on the graph.
Yeah. And then what do you do? Once you've plotted them?
A line of best fit, or just a line joining them up.
Yeah, just join them up. And yeah, that works fine. Okay, so that one is similar. Fine. Okay, let's just say they're similar. Similar enough. Okay, so this one you have to find the equation of this line. So this time they give you the line and you have to find the equation. How do you do that?
Okay. I'm not sure.
So do you know the general form of the equation of a straight line?
Y equals x.
So in general, all straight lines can be written in the form y equals mx plus c.
Okay.
And so
that's all straight lines are written like that.
Yeah.
Okay. M being the gradient and c the constant.
Yeah, the y-intercept.
Okay.
And so what would you do next?
Do I plug in 0 into x and I'm not sure.
How do you find gradient? How can we find the
Sorry,
gradient?
what is the y-intercept?
The y-intercept is where it goes through the y-axis.
Okay, sorry, I forgot. Um, just, I don't know, the gradient.
So the other way to get the gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and you just find 2 points that are on the line.
Okay, so 4 for the y-axis and -6 for the x-axis.
So minus. How did you get 4?
It crosses the y-intercept. Oh, sorry, 3. 3. Ah.
Yeah. So it crosses the y at 3. So just 2 coordinates that are on the line.
So 0, 4, for example.
0, 4 is up here. That's not
0, 0, 3.
So 0, 3.
And -6, 0.
Yeah. Okay. Second y take away first y on top. Second x take away first x on bottom.
So -6 is the denominator and 3 is the numerator. So that gives us
Hold on.
minus.
It's 0 minus 3 is the numerator. It's second.
Isn't 3 y2?
So if you picked the other one, if you picked this one to be x2, then 0 must be y2.
Okay. Okay. So -3 over -6.
Yep. So
And that gives us 2.5, sorry.
Yeah. So the gradient is 1/2. The y-intercept you said was 3. And so what's the equation of the line?
Is it 3 equals -6 times 1/2 plus c?
So we just leave it in general. So we leave it as y equals. And we leave it as x as well. And
Okay, so y equals, sorry.
And what number is c?
1/2.
That's m. C is the y-intercept.
So 3, okay.
Yeah, so y equals 1/2 x plus 3. So find the gradient, sub it in for m, and then find the intercept, sub it in for c. Second y take away first y over second x take away first x. Any questions there?
No.
Okay. Let's leave that for later. Yeah. So let's say, what would be the gradient of this?
Uh, 3, 7 over 1, 3.
So it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Yeah. So the numerator would be 3. The denominator would be 3, I think.
And why is the denominator 3?
3 divided by 1 is
Minus. 3 minus 1.
okay. Sorry, 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then 7 minus 3 is 4. So 4 by 2. So the gradient.
And so fully simplify, what is 4 divided by 2?
2.
Yes, that's it. Great.
Okay.
Okay, so try the first one here.
Okay, the numerator is 3, and the denominator is sorry, x is 3 and y is 15. So the gradient is 5.
Well done. 15, 3, so 5. Great. So you just have to find 2 points that are on the line. Okay, so gradient for this line.
Okay, 2, 1. 1, 2, sorry, is the first term.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, 5.
Great.
So then I would do 2 minus 1 is 1, so that's the denominator,
Mm-hmm.
is x, and 5 minus 2 is 3. That's the numerator, yeah, that's y. So 3 divided by 1 is 3, so gradient is 3.
Well done. Okay, it's okay. Find a gradient, gradient. Yes, how about this one?
Okay. So the value of p would be -5.
And how'd you get -5?
I don't know. I put +5 on the other side, but
it's just +5. It is when x is 0. So on the y-axis, x is 0.
oh, okay.
So you get 3 times 0, which is just 0. And so
Okay.
the y there is 5. And so just that bit there,
Yeah.
those two match up with each other.
Okay.
Okay, how about this one?
X equals 2.5.
Well, on the y-axis, what is the value of x on the y-axis?
0. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 times 0 is 0. 5 minus 3, 2.
You said 3 times 0 is 0, not 2. Not 3, sorry.
3 times 0 is 0. 5 minus 0 is 5.
Yes. And so what would that be as a coordinate?
0, 5.
Yes. Okay, what is?
-2. Y equals -2.
Yeah, coordinate.
0 minus 2.
Right. For question 1, what is the gradient of the line?
2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. Okay. Okay. So so my first coordinate is 1, 7. Because when x equals 1, y equals 7. Okay.
Yeah. The gradient is m, the number in front of x.
Oh, okay. Okay. So 5 is the gradient of the first.
Yep. That's it.
Okay.
And the y-intercept would be 2, or the coordinate 0, 2. So gradient for question 2.
A half. 1/5. Sorry.
That's it. M equals 1/5. Let me just take. Oh, that's all good. How about top one?
So for it to be parallel, I think you have to keep the same gradient but change the constant. Yes.
That's right.
So for example, 5x plus 7.
Yeah. And don't forget the y equals.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's its equation. Great. Those I'm gonna leave. Okay, how about this?
Two equals.
No.
Okay. Yeah, but if
okay.
do we have to keep y the same always? So just keep y as y.
Or you can do it your way. I think it'll work out.
To show if I'm right, but 2, it said that the gradient was 4, so 2 equals 4 times x, which is 0, so 0, and then plus the constant, which we don't know.
So what can you do now?
Is simplify that to 2 equals the constant.
Yep. Say it again, please. Sorry, you cut out for a second.
What, sorry?
You cut out for a second.
Oh, I didn't say anything. I'm stuck here.
So C is 2. What is M?
Yeah. 4.
Okay, it's everything you need.
So, sorry, the equation of the line is. What are we trying to work on the equation of the line?
Just the equation of the line.
Which is.
So it'll be y equals something x plus something.
Isn't that what we did before, above?
So you have to actually put it in.
Okay, so y equals 4 times 0, which is 0, so 0 plus 2.
Nope. In general. So you didn't say 2, you said y. So you're just saying in general.
Equals 4x. Okay, and then plus c.
What number is c?
2.
Yes.
Okay, so we only leave x and y the same.
Yeah, so you find M, you find C, and then you sub those in, and that's your equation of a line.
Okay.
Similar to the ones I gave you. Okay, find the equation for this one.
I don't remember.
So y equals mx plus c. Find M, find c.
Okay, 0, 2 being y. No, sorry, being the first coordinate. 0, 3 being the first coordinate.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2, 4 being the second one.
Okay. Yep.
And then, 4 minus 3 is y, which is 1. And 2 minus 0 is 0. So 1 over 2 is the gradient.
Mm-hmm.
Then do we have to find m? Do we have to sub in one of the coordinates into the equation?
You could, but just by looking at the line, can you see what c is?
Yeah, 3. Okay.
Yep.
And then y equals a half x plus c, which is 3.
And so y equals.
A half x plus 3.
That's it. Great. So you find the gradient, you find the intercept, and sub them in. Let's just see. That's fine. Okay. This one in. Yeah, better do it.
Okay, what can I show? Okay, 9 minus 3 is x, which is 6.
Okay.
And then 2 minus 5 is minus 3, which is y. So minus 3 over 6 is minus a half, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then we have to sub in. We can sub in one of the coordinates into the equation, I think, this time, because we don't have the graph. So 5 equals 3 times minus a half, which is minus 1.5. 3.5. No, sorry, plus. 6.5, sorry.
Yes.
C equals 6.5, and then you have to rewrite it, so y equals minus a half x plus 6.5.
Yeah, so you're actually better at this more challenging stuff, so I think you just forgotten. Okay, so you're going to need this for your circles. How about this?
Is circle, is straight lines and circle tangents one topic?
The circle bit, it relies on this.
Okay. I forgot. Perpendicular. Do you have to change the? Do you have to put the negative reciprocal of the gradient?
Yep.
Okay. So y equals minus a 4x. No, minus a quarter x plus 2.
Great.
Could you still write that down, please? That the to get perpendicular, you need to get the negative reciprocal of the gradient. Thank you.
So it's m, then it's minus 1 over m. Okay, let's try this.
find an equation for straight lines. Okay. So is the do we have to work out the constant first of the line that is perpendicular to L?
You usually do the gradient first because you need the gradients to get the constant to accept.
Okay, but with only one coordinate, can we still work out the gradient?
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, okay. So we have to sub it. So
Say again, sorry?
I'm not too sure what we have to do.
Well, what is the gradient of y equals 3x minus 4?
3.
Okay, so we want a line that's perpendicular to that.
So minus third.
Yeah.
So y equals minus the third x minus 4.
Y is equal to minus 1/3 x, but it doesn't go through minus 4. It goes through 0, 5.
Okay. So plus 0 then?
X
Plus 5.
Yeah.
5, sorry.
Plus 5. Great. So, yes, you have to get the perpendicular. Okay, how's about this?
Fine. Okay, so y equals minus 1/5 plus 5.
Y equals minus 1/5
X
x.
plus 5.
That would be true if this went through 0, 5. It goes through minus 2, 5. So its y-intercept isn't at 5. It might be higher up or lower down. How would you do that?
Um, I'm not too sure at this point.
You sub that coordinate
Into the equation?
Yeah.
Okay. So minus 2 is x, so here.
Say it again, sorry?
2/5? 2/5?
Yep.
Okay. And so y equals minus a fifth x plus 2/5.
No. So what is y? You subbed in x is minus 2?
Oh, it's okay. It's 5.
Mm-hmm.
5. So you have to do divided by 5. Yep.
And you've got the plus c. And that's what you have to solve.
Wait. Okay. So 2/25 Sorry, do you do do you do
Yes.
minus 2 over 5 on both sides? So get 5 minus 2 over 5 gives us 23 over 5.
Great. Okay. And so equation of the perpendicular line.
Hmm. Okay, so y equals 5x plus 23 over 5.
That would be parallel. We want perpendicular.
Okay. Oh, the reciprocal?
Yeah,
So minus a fifth. Okay.
that's it. Great. Okay. So find M, it's perpendicular, and then find C. It's the same as the method you used before. Sub in X, sub in Y, and solve for C. So just because it's negative and stuff won't make any difference. Or we'll just do one more of those.
Okay. So y equals 2x plus c for now. And then we have to sub in minus 2 and 3 into the equation.
That would be parallel.
Okay, so minus half
Yeah.
integrated half. And then from there, replace, so sub in minus 2, so minus a half times minus 2 gives us 1. And then, so that's gradient times x, and then y equals 3 plus c.
Yes.
So 2 equals c. So y equals reciprocal of 2, which is minus, reciprocal of 2 plus a half.
Sorry, you broke up. Could you say it again?
Y equals minus a half x plus 2.
Great. Got it. Got it. Got it. So get those, sub them in, and then there's just drawing it. I want to just do the circle theorems now. This makes sense from that one. Did I not include this at the end? Let's see. I might not have, because it's strictly speaking, it's not really a circle theorem. Just the book put them next to each other. Right. Okay, so the book was just loading, I think. Yeah. Because it's a tangent. I'm sure I did do something with this. Hang on, before I do anything crazy. Did I not? Must not. Okay. Oh, I know I did this already. I won't go looking for it. Okay, any idea how we do this?
Okay. No.
So I'm not surprised. This is what it looks like.
Yep.
What if you were to draw a radius from the origin to that point 3 minus 4? Do you know anything about a radius and a tangent?
No, I know how to draw a radius, but that's it.
They meet, basically they're perpendicular.
Oh, okay. So if you draw it from zero to point A, it's perpendicular. Okay.
Yeah. And so, what would be the equation? If you could get the equation of the red line, then you could get the equation of the black line. Tangent.
Okay. So the equation of the red line would be. So do we need to find points on the red line?
Yep.
I'm sorry. How do we do that?
Well, you've got 2 points staring at you. Well, definitely one staring at you.
So 3 minus 4 is the first one.
Yeah.
Is minus 1 the second?
It might be, but there's one that is definitely on.
Minus 5.
0, 0. Origin.
Okay.
Okay, so find the equation of the red line.
3 minus 0 is still minus 4. Sorry. Well, you go. I mean, 3 and minus 4. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. X is 3, and it's the denominator, and Y is minus 4. 3 divided by, minus 4 divided by 3 gives us.
Just leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay, what's next?
Do we have to find Y and X?
So now we have found the gradient, and so what do you know about the gradient of the black line?
Is it? I'm not sure.
It's perpendicular, so it's 90 degrees.
So is it the same?
That would be parallel. It's perpendicular because it's 90 degrees.
So the negative reciprocal. So 3/4.
Yeah.
Okay. Negative reciprocal of the black line. Find the equation between.
So now use that to find the equation of the black line, the tangent.
Okay, so Y. Do I sub in minus 4 as Y and 3 as X?
Yep.
Okay. So minus 4 equals 3 times 3/4, which is 9/4 plus 6, so it's 9. 2.25, so minus 2.25 on both sides gives us minus 6.25. And from there on, and then so Y equals 3/4 plus 3/4 x plus minus minus 6.25.
Well done. So in general, for these circles, you find the gradient of the perpendicular, so from the origin to the point of intersection, and then you find the negative reciprocal and go from there.
So what is the point of the 25 then?
Which 25, sorry?
X squared plus y squared equals 25.
That's the equation of the circle.
Okay, but it's no use in the equation.
Nope, not for this one. Not GCC.
Okay.
Okay, so no diagram. Hang on, let's just take the diagram from the previous one, and that might just help a little bit, but this is, not the same thing.
Do they normally give you diagrams in the GCSE?
Well, the book hasn't. I think the exam questions tend to. Yeah, I think they tend to.
Okay. So 5 minus 12 is the first coordinate.
Mm-hmm.
Left the second one. The numerator, which is y, would then have to be. Sorry?
You could have. Yeah, go on.
So 0, 0 is the second coordinate.
Okay.
And then y would have to be. Y would have to be 5 minus 0, which is 5, and minus 12 minus 0, which is minus 12, is x. So 5 over minus 12, so minus 5/12.
5 is the x, minus 12 is the y.
Minus 12/5, sorry. And then from there, try and work out the constant. So y equals mx plus c, and if m is minus 12/5, okay. Sorry, the screen froze, so I couldn't see what was going on.
Okay.
So what y being minus 12 equals minus 12/5 times 5, which is minus 12.
Hold on. What you know about the gradient of the tangent?
You have to find the negative reciprocal.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5/12. The gradient is 5/12.
Yeah.
And so y being minus 12 equals 5 times 5/12, which is 25 over 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then do plus c, and 25 over 12, 12, 25 minus 12 over 12 minus 12, gives us 108 minus 119 over 12. So that's the constant.
Okay. And so
y equals 5 over 12x plus plus minus 119 over 12.
Yeah, plus 119 over 12. Any questions there?
Yes. You see opposite A. So, for example, the coordinate approximately 4, 4, 4.
Yeah.
If we drew a line, a radius there, it would be parallel, wouldn't it? To
Starting where, stopping where?
from 0 to the point 4, 4 on the circle.
Uh,
Would they ever? Would they ever ask us to work that out? So the same thing but parallel to line T.
so the easiest way to do it would be to go from 0 to A and then just do negative reciprocal. I'm not sure that this is parallel.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't be certain. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, so let's just take a quick look. Equation of the line. So these ones, let's see. So how do you draw one of these lines? Yeah, go on, tell me.
So input the value minus 3 is x. So 2 times minus 3 is minus 6. Plus 3 minus 3. So y equals minus 3 when x equals minus 3.
Yeah, so basically just sub into 2 or 3 coordinates and then plot them. How do you find the gradient of a line?
The gradient of a line. So change in y over change in x. y2 minus y1 over x2 over x1 minus x1.
Yeah. How do you find the intercept?
It's the line crossing through the x or y axis.
The y.
What about, is the x-intercept a thing?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. And so you can use that to get the equation of a line. So you sub its value in. Let's see, y equals 5x plus 7. Yes. So to get the equation of a line, just find M, find C, and then sub them in. And there might be extra steps in there, but that's what it is all the time. Yeah, find M, find C. Sometimes you have to sub in one coordinate, and you get it. What do you know about perpendicular gradient?
Perpendicular gradient. So find the gradient of the line. Find 2 coordinates, I think, first. Then find the gradient using 2 coordinates.
What do you know about a gradient of a perpendicular line?
You have to find the reciprocal, my negative reciprocal of the gradient.
Yeah, it's the negative reciprocal.
Okay.
How do you find the equation of a tangent to a circle?
Sorry, how do you find what of a tangent to a circle?
The equation of the tangent to a circle.
I forgot. Maybe it's a question I don't understand.
So the trick is that it goes through the. I'll just show you. What was it? These ones.
Okay. Yeah. So
how do you do this type?
sorry, the tangent being. I must have forgotten.
The black line.
Okay. Find the 2 coordinates. Subtract the y's from both. So y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. You've got the gradient of the radius. find the negative reciprocal to find the gradient of the tangent, and then sub that gradient of the tangent into the equation y equals mx plus c, and then you also have to sub in a coordinate into the equation.
That's it.
So replace y and x.
What coordinate is the radius always on? There's one coordinate that the radius always goes through.
Is it the x?
It is 0, 0.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
How was that for you, Hugo?
Complicated, honestly. Yeah.
It's like grade A stuff. That stuff. But anyway, anything in particular you want to do next time?
I have to be honest. Next week is end of next week. I'll probably be revising for the less important subjects because it's spread over 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
So I might not have a maths lesson. Maths tutor lesson next Friday. I'll be revising for my history and geography.
All right. So you might not, or you definitely won't.
I'm planning on cancelling. I think, unless no, we won't go through anything in lesson because it'll just be a revision for the mocks, or we'll be in the mocks. So no, I'll probably cancel. Yes.
Okay, I'll cancel it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Any questions for me in general?
No. Thank you. Thank you for your help.
Well done, Hugo. You did great, and look forward to trying again in 2 weeks.
Thank you. See you later.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.